Hello, and welcome back to our playthrough of Destiny 1. We left off the other day, having completed Cerberus Vi, and next order of business is the Dust Palace. So we'll have to see if we can find some people to play with. I have a sneaking suspicion that we might not be able to. The Stranger's Rifle. I like how they imply that, like, she's from somewhere that doesn't yet exist. Ghost's analysis suggests this weapon has been exposed to incredible forces, and that parts of it shouldn't yet exist. Essentially what they're trying to get at there is that she's a time traveler. Here we go on this load in.
The Dust Palace is lost to us again, back in Cabal hands. Word is they've let Scion flayers out of their cages to dig around in the central AI's cortex, which means they really want what's buried in there. If Rasputin was protecting it, it's valuable. We've got to flush those flayers out.
So we'll see how we do.
According to Vanguard reports from Cade, the Scion flares are already at the top of the Dust Palace. We better move.
So the plan for today, because there's a few things that we've yet to do in order of timeline occurrence before we move on to what should be the Dark Below. And if we can, we'll get we will begin and end the Dark Below today, and if not, then we'll figure out what we should do from there. Because I don't want to have an issue where the episodes are running shorter than I think they should, or than I anticipate, I guess. No. Use Ghost to decrypt Cabal security overrides. So Rasputin's talking to us. I wanted that to hit the wall, not the floor. That's okay though. Basically, we just have to get through these waves of enemies. I don't think there's I don't think there's like a main bad guy we could target. That will somehow make this go any faster. So basically, we just want to try to burn through stuff. Cool. So that's the first one. There's quite a few. We got to get to the top of this room and get through the door at the top. Oh, that reminds me. We get through this. I should go pick up some more bounties. Yeah, we're gonna take it nice and slow. We're gonna go this way because we don't want to. Because once we get up here and try to get through this door, they're gonna spawn more enemies in anyway. So we can take our time getting here and getting started. Hold it down. Fend off attackers while Ghost works to repair the damaged security panel. Sounds like they're at the bottom. So I'm kind of surprised they're all spawning down there. I would have thought they would have spawned closer up top with us. But I'm okay with it because this is getting me plenty of ammo. So looks like they're all going to come from over here, or are they still below us? Oh, they're still beneath us. Ah, I see. Where? I think there might be a small glitch. I think they're spawning underneath us, and they should be spawning up here. But I'll take it. Look at all this heavy ammo, man. Okay, so we're just gonna keep playing it safe. Like there's no reason to not play it safe here. Alright, so that took a couple of my rockets, so let's go ahead and grab a couple shells. Okay, we are all stocked up. This is Very smooth so far. I don't think it actually starts getting tricky till we get to the top of the building, though. That could be the trick. Yeah, I think this is where it starts getting more enemy dense and a little trickier. We're just going to keep playing it easy. Just take them out one at a time. Fight off the attackers while Ghost works at the controls. So now we just basically clear out enemies. I don't say they. Let's see. Just gotta be careful here. Okay, we're moving through pretty good. I mean, we are a couple levels. You know, we've got good weapons with good damage and stuff, but I feel like the last time I did this while I was practicing for this playthrough, it was like a lot harder. But it's possible that the Stranger's Rifle is just putting in work now because I took the time to level it. Like that's... I'm also getting really good grenade placements today. I'm super stoked about that. Yeah, this has been pretty smooth. We got 3 bosses coming up though, so we'll see how much more smooth it goes. My fucking sinuses are just getting destroyed. Let's see, they're all kind of color-coded. Pretty sure these guys will stop spawning if I kill them fast enough, and then I can work on the little shittos, the bosses. Oh, I got a partner. Sweet. Oh, I'm dumb. Thought I was aimed at the thing behind the box, but I was not. That's okay. All right, cool. One down. I'm so glad friendly fire is not a thing. Me shooting myself is a thing though. Nice. These play so much better when you have help. Do we have the other? We do. We have the other guy dead. Sweet. Sweet. Come on, you don't have your super? Got him. Nice.
Nice one. I'll let the Vanguard know the flayers are dead.
That's the way you want it right there.
If those Scion Flayers were tangling with Rasputin, they are way more powerful than we realize. We better keep an eye on
Nice.
where the Cabal deploy those things. Who knows what their minds can do?
Hell yeah, man. Awesome. The Prodigies. Iconic Prodigy. Cool. Okay, what next? The Nexus. It's a strike on Venus. Okay, so for now we have to do... We need to do the archive. Then we can do... Yeah, a little 20-minute strike. That was nice. God, that was nice.
We just got this on a secure channel from the Cryptarch.
The Ishtar Collective gathered some of the greatest minds of the Golden Age. Their archive is a treasure of knowledge that we cannot lose to the Fallen. Secure the archive, and the Cryptarchs will be in your debt.
The archive is buried under the rubble of the Academy. It won't take the Fallen long to strip it like the rest of the planet. Better find it before they get inside.
So, I was trying to think of some things that I could, like, talk about or, like, you know, I made the realization that, like, one thing I should have talked about back in the very first episode was, you know, who are our possible candidates for a character? Like, what sort of, you know, in the context of the game, what is a human? What is an exo? What is an awoken? Humans, as you might guess, they're common a garden, although altered because of the traveler's presence and light. Humans. Just like they told us at the beginning of the opening cutscene, when the Traveler came around, humanity's lifespan tripled, in addition to all of the wonderful technological things and breakthroughs that we made, thanks to Traveler's help. And the reality for most humans inside the city, or rather outside the city, the ones that would be resurrected by guardian or resurrected by ghosts to become light bearers and then hopefully become guardians, is that they like your character is supposed to be like a rare occasion, kind of like that's a rare occurrence because of the way the more modern times of Destiny's world is. Everything outside the wall is basically Fallen territory, and the Fallen try to stay on top of any reports that they have that ghosts are out and about trying to resurrect humans, because they don't want any more Guardians any more than humanity wants any more Fallen in humanity's settlements. So humans, most of them just exist within the wall. And the ones who are unfortunate enough to be risen outside of it, there are many that don't make it as far as our character has made it. So it's a rare occurrence at this point.
Great. The Fallen have already set up shop here. Let's hope they haven't gotten into the archive.
It's hard to make a character feel like they're special when you're playing with hundreds and or thousands of other special characters. If that makes sense. But they certainly try. But yeah, so humans are basically common a garden, humans. Albeit altered under the Traveler's power and under the power of the technology of the 700 or 800 years after the Traveler's influence. The Exos and Awoken are far more interesting a prospect, because Exos are humans who have had their consciousness put into I don't know if you would say cybernetic or a robotic, like I'm not sure, like at what point does a robot become an android or an android become a robot by definition? I'm not sure. That's why I'm not going to make that distinction. They are robo people who have human consciousnesses inside of mechanical bodies. And essentially, the framework by which they are kept alive, the framework by which they are kept sentient and conscious and alive, is so tenuous that every now and again they have to literally go for a factory reset to some place. And the thought for a long time,
the archive's power is still partially activated.
The thought for a long time was that the place that those people went was the Deepstone Crypt. The Deepstone Crypt was the name. I don't know if it's a colloquial name or an actual name.
Please enter your security clearance code.
Dr. Shim? Never mind that. Let's hit that terminal up ahead. This place is amazing. It's bigger than the archives in Old Acro.
I don't have any frame of reference for that. Our character wouldn't either. But the Exos occasionally undergo resets to keep their framework stable. Basically, so they don't lose their humanity and deteriorate into mindless machines. The problem is that with every subsequent reset, the chances of encountering a fail state or just not being able to be reset anymore becomes infinitely more plausible. So it's, you'll see Exos walking around. A good example is Cade 6. The 6 in his name refers to the fact that he is the 6th reset, or the 6th iteration of a Cade, some, I guess, 5 resets. Whereas the gunsmith in the tower is named Banshee 44. Banshee has been reset enough times that he has a 44 next to his name. And his memory is also going as well. Like he'll frequently forget why you were standing next to him, why you were talking to him, why you were, what he was doing when you showed up. He's in a very, very bad way.
Shall I begin correlation of Vex Mind core samples?
So polite. Well, let's see what they've got.
Dr. Shim, security breach detected. Intruders. Initiate Protocol 19.
Fallen. They followed us in.
So the reason the Exos ostensibly are so unstable is because that in order to perfect the tech required to make them, the person who made them, Clovis Bray, had to use Vex radiolarian fluid. That white stuff that shoots out of the Vex when we shoot them in their center spot, their juice box, as people call it. That is radiolarian fluid. And essentially what it is it's an organic compound that carries the consciousness of the Vex. It makes it... The Vex are essentially a microorganism inside of a metal shell.
Remote hub failure. Routing disrupted.
They must have a servitor feeding off the power.
And there's something about the process that using the Vex mind milk, the radiolarian fluid with a human consciousness to create this human machine that makes them super unstable. And there's a lot that we still don't exactly understand about how they did it and how it works. It's better explained in the Beyond Light campaign. I just can't remember it off the top of my head. So maybe that's something we can dig into. Maybe I'll pull up some lore books from Destiny 2, and we can talk about those while I play in another episode. But I don't have them to hand. So. Let's see, where are we going up at? That just leaves the Awoken. And the Awoken are a truly fascinating case. The Awoken were humans who, during the collapse or during the great calamity that destroyed our civilization, were escaping in a colony escape ship. And they encountered the darkness, or the voice in the darkness, out on the very edges of the solar system. I think they specify that it's like the Kuiper belt, the Kuiper asteroid belt. But their escaping ship is hit by massive gravity waves. And these gravity waves are so all shaking and all consuming that, like, how is it described? That the ship itself is repeatedly shaken apart and put back together in different configurations by these gravity waves, as a, like, the way it's described, it's almost like the thing doing it, the force doing it, is just attempting to prove its power. It is attempting to show the fleeing people that there is no escape, there is no hope. I can do with you as I wish. And in the process of doing this, one of the young passengers on the ship is out for a spacewalk. While they're floating and before they get attacked, she's in the midst of a spacewalk. And sorry.
Hopefully the Cryptar can make sense of it. I'll let him know we found it.
So that's our first hint to we should be getting prepped to go play the Vault of Glass. But again, for this playthrough, I don't think we're going to be doing that because that's a 6-man raid, and I don't think we're going to get 6 people. I'm not going to bug my clan, and that's kind of not what this is about. We're just going to play through what we can. Like I said, I may end up doing a separate instance of trying to figure that out. So this young woman out on this spacewalk outside this giant colony ship is assaulted by these gravity waves. And through her mind, like, she can feel this darkness, this force probing into her mind. And she tells it, hey, I'm not your enemy. We are not your enemy. We wish not to be considered humanity or darkness or anything. We wish to be alone and apart and separated. And for whatever reason, the darkness or the voice in it or the entity agrees. And it continues these gravitational waves, these pulls of energy. And it changes her on a molecular level. It blends her body suffused with the Traveler's light, with its touch, this steeping her in this darkness. And it does the same thing to everybody else on the colony ship. And that balance of light and dark inside of her then human body transforms her into an awoken, or what would become the awoken. And that young woman is the queen that we met earlier, Marasov. Marasov is centuries old. Like, Marasov has been alive since before everything went to shit on Earth. And as far as we know, that's 600 or 700 years ago in the present time in the game. And then another 300 or 400 years before that was when the Traveler showed up to Earth. So she was there. So she and the rest of her people take their colony ship and they move into, I need to remember this correctly. They move into the space that sits in a gravity well either near a black hole or near a dying star. And they build a colony at the bottom of this gravity well. And the Awoken Kingdom blossoms from inside this gravity well, and they she then leaves, because there's herself, who is their queen, and then she has these counselors, and she has these Techians, like tech wizards. She takes a force, her brother, herself, a force of Techians, and a force of soldiers and fighters and people, and they move to, let me see if I can locate it on the map here. They move to the asteroid reef. What's called the reef is the Kuiper asteroid belt. And they move to the asteroid belt. And she's been ruling from there ever since. And I can't quite recall why. I think it's just that, like, the things she understands, and she sees things on a level that, like, most normal people, like, whether they're awoken or not, like, the simplest way I can put this is, while everybody else is playing chess, she's playing like, everybody else is playing chess or checkers, and she's playing 4D chess. She is constantly trying to stay 10 moves ahead of you, 10 moves ahead of all of the darkness or the witness or whoever. But, like, in her pursuit of that, it makes her very cold and very aloof. And so she kind of suffers from being so out there and so empty. It's they've given her a lot of characterization in Destiny 2 that she didn't have before. Like, in Destiny 1, she's a very cold and distant bitch, and she's very unconcerned about her brother and, like, all of the things he cares about and the things that he wants. So yeah, it's a little rough. It's a little rough. Okay. But yeah, I wish I'd have talked about all that stuff in episode 1. It just didn't occur to me. So now we want to do the Nexus, if we can get to the Nexus. There we are. Nexus. There it is. Oh, it's a level 14 strike.
Far below the Ishtar Cave, the Vex set something in motion. A world-eating machine transforming Venus into another link in their intergalactic chain. This Nexus must be stopped, and the mind that controls it destroyed.
Oh, I'm in here with somebody. Where are we at? Where are we going? No, this is the way we're headed. I need to hurry up.
We're getting close. I'm detecting a massive surge from the dig site below us.
Oh, did I go the wrong way? God damn it. we might play through this again. Because this is the first time I've been in a... This is a strange...
Great work.
Well, I got to help, but like...
One tendril of the Vex surge has been severed, but their presence here still lingers. In other dark places, far out of our reach. We must continue to understand their power and haunt the realms where they gather.
I wonder whether I should do that again or not, just because we didn't get to see the whole thing. Let me see here. You know what? Let's go to the tower. Let's go to the tower and crack our engrams and stuff and see what we can do. Yeah. Yeah, that was almost... Let's see what we got. 149. $149. 149. 148. 47. Okay, so that was a good bump in power. That's a real good bump in power. We're gonna keep a hold of this sniper rifle just in case we need one. I'm gonna go see if the Cryptarch, or not the Cryptarch, go see if the speaker has a better ghost shield. Yeah, so let's go see. First of all, let's pick up some bounties before I forget again. Okay.
Your power is greater than when we last met. A powerful tool for a powerful guardian.
Okay.
Turn to the front.
I think that was everything. I feel like I should run that strike again. Let's check something. Okay, so we won't even be able to tell. We won't even be able to see. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just start the dark below. Let's do the dark below. Because next would have been the vault, but there's no way. There's no way. So let's go ahead and do the dark below. Okay. So that being said, the dark below starts with the Sword of Crota. And we've already done it, but just for the sake of being able to tell a cohesive story throughout this entire thing, let's go ahead and play this. And then we'll go ahead and mark our progress on the dark below.
I've been combing the Cryptarch's records for anything on the Temple of Crota. Listen.
Long ago, the moon was to Crota. He wielded a sword so dark it drained whatever light it touched. Now Crota sleeps, but the sword does not. The warlocks believe the sword is in a chamber guarded by the swarm princes. If you face them and steal the sword, we can see that it is never wielded again.
So
The only way to destroy the sword is to kill its makers, the Sworn Princes. One of them is said to guard a ritual site near the Hellmouth. We'll challenge him first.
as far as we know, Crota is just one of the big bosses of the Hive. We have not yet encountered anything to suggest otherwise. I will just lay that particular little nugget there, And as it becomes relevant, if it becomes relevant in this expansion, we'll talk about it.
The ritual site is up ahead.
That being said, so we talked about the Hive a little bit yesterday. And we talked about the fact,
This is where
I
we'll
say
find-
yesterday, but one of the last episodes we talked about the Hive, I believe. Sorry, I get my timing and stuff confused. But we talked about their allegiance to this darkness, this whatever, and their adherence to a principle called the sword logic. And the sword logic
One down. I'll lead us to the others.
is, in the most basic and understated of terms, it is a very twisted interpretation of survival of the fittest. Being that the philosophy itself is, if you, as a person or as an entity or whatever, if you exert your will upon the world and upon the universe, and you survive, you crush and defeat others, then you are living true to the sword logic. And by right of your conquest, by right of your mastery, you deserve to exist in the world, and you deserve to exist in the universe in whatever final shape the universe happens to take. When all of the weakest things have been carved away. When all of the things that are not fit to share the universe with you and others like you have been carved away. And the way the Hive practice this in practical terms is that when Thrall kills something, they tithe their power to an acolyte, who then tithes his power to a knight, who then tithes their power to a wizard, or
I can feel its power.
it's possible that the wizards and the knights are on the same power scaling, but I can't quite remember. And then on and on up the chain it goes until you get to the Hive gods. And Crota is one of those Hive gods.
Clear them out.
He is young enough as a Hive that he isn't necessarily the god of anything, but his lineage, his father / mother, and his parents' siblings are each 3 gods of the Hive.
Grab the sword. That should lure them out.
So
Careful.
Crota's
Power is dark.
Crota's father is Oryx, the Taken King. And his sisters are Xivu Arath, the Hive god of war, and Savathun, the Hive god of trickery. And the Hive gods tithe all the power that they have as well. Every Hive is bonded with a symbiotic worm that exists in their bodies and feeds off of the strength that they feed to themselves. Like in essence, it's like a pyramid scheme. They have to get enough killing and accumulate enough power, not only to satiate their own need to grow and to assert themselves into the hierarchy of the sword logic, but also to feed their worms. And if they ever don't feed their worms, their worm will consume them from the inside, and they will then become tributary and die. Or tribute, I guess is the right word, and die. And even the Hive gods are bound by this contract, because ages and ages and ages ago, like millions, probably close to billions of years ago, Xivu Arath, Oryx, and Savathun went under different names, and they were princesses of a race called the Krill. And the Krill princess, or princess, with the Hive, it gets a little cloudy, because the Hive have the ability to, when it becomes necessary or when it becomes expedient to do so, they can change genders. So they're referred to as both princes and princesses in different texts in the game. The Krill lived on this planet called the Fundament. And the Fundament was a giant, almost like a supermassive gas giant, where underneath all of the clouds and underneath all the things that you wouldn't think anybody could live under, the Krill lived on a giant landmass with all these other individuals. And the Krill were the smallest, and they were the weakest. And the royal house that the three who would become Hive gods lived under was assaulted and nearly destroyed by a rival royal Krill house. Because the Krill are so short-lived, and we don't really have a reckoning as to how many years this actually is, or how time actually reckons with the Hive. Let me see. There's we can do the dark below now, right? The Fist of Crota should be the next thing that we're doing. Fist of Crota. They only live about 10 years by our reckoning. So, as these Krill princesses are coming towards the end of, like, the middle of their lives, they flee. And they one of the sisters, and I believe it's Xivu, the one who would be known as Xivu Arath. No. It's the one that would be known as Savathun. Savathun finds a worm, dried up and husked out on her father's, in her father's those just popped up. That's a little weird. Huh. Sorry, there was a thought there. Ooh, all this stuff opened up. Did I gain a level or something? Oh, I did. 25. Neat. Sorry. So, they seek to keep themselves alive. They seek to keep themselves from dying out. And Savathun has...
To the moon seeking vengeance,
Sorry.
but it found us first. Crota, the son of Oryx. We'd never faced anything like him. In the end, only I was left. Crota and his armies destroyed. If we don't stop them, I fear Earth will suffer the same fate.
So there's the first mention of Crota being the son of Oryx.
Sardon commands search the grotto, find this monster, and see to his end.
Sorry, there's a whole lot going on here. Okay. So she has her father's familiar, which is this dried out husk of this worm.
Sardon is the first of Crota's disciples.
Son of a bitch.
His army helped shatter the moon and claim it for his master. His presence here is a sign. The Hive are preparing to wake Crota's soul.
So she has this familiar who begins speaking to her and begins talking to her about how there is a power that exists that can save the Hive from their terrible fate, or the Krill from their terrible fate. And all they have to do is they have to find a ship that can go underneath the ocean, whatever their ocean on Fundament is called. It has some kind of special name, and I can't remember what it is. But it knows where this ship is, and it tells her how to find it, and they go to find it, and they fix up this ship, and it takes them down.
Survived for years in the tunnels under the moon, using the shadows as the Hive do. Keep your eyes open.
And it takes them down and down into the darkness of this, like almost like oceans or so, some kind of, the lore describes it very specifically, and I just can't remember what it's called. It's a specific type of like liquid metal ocean kind of thing. Oh no, hello. Jesus shit. He's supposed to be like throwing it all. Jesus Christ. Wow.
Now that Sardon has fallen, come see me. There is more to do. The rest of Crota's disciples will not cease until Earth is ready for their master's return.
Oh, I guess I finished that really fast because I killed that guy. So remember how I said some quests can be instantly ended when you kill the named big bad? That's kind of what happened there. So the three sisters jump on the ship, and they go down and down into this dark abyss, into this dark sea underneath the continent they live on. And as they're going down, they come across this creature that the game just calls, that the lore just calls the Leviathan. And the Leviathan, sensing the presence of this worm, this parasite in the ship, tries to warn the three sisters, hey, you need not be afraid of the thing that you're afraid of. you need not go this far down and seek this power that you're seeking, because I know what you're afraid of. You're afraid of the God Wave. You're afraid of the syzygy. In their studies and looking for this ship, they had discovered that the moons of Fundament were odd. They were lining up. They were going to align with the planet in such a way that a giant wave was going to come and crash down on their little continent or their whatever slice of land they're on and wipe out everything in existence. And the thing that was causing it to happen was an oddly misshapen and misplaced moon. And it turned out that that moon was the Traveler. The Traveler was using its power to gravitationally line up all these planets in such a way that it would pull the magnetic pull of the oceans and cause a giant tidal wave to wipe away all life on this planet. And the sisters tell the Leviathan this, and the Leviathan says that he believes they will be chosen as the smallest among the people that live on that planet. They're the ones who deserve help the most. They're the ones who deserve to bathe in the light the most. And as the Leviathan is making this argument, they've already been told by their father's worm familiar that this Leviathan is going to lie to them. This Leviathan is going to tell them things that he wants them to hear so that they make the decision that he wants them to make. And they ignore everything he says and they continue to dive further down. And they find these ancient, giant, worm-like, like WURM gods that worship and relish in the darkness. Ire, Zol, Akka. Actually, this stupid piece of shit. I hate that when I set my controller on things, it never stays put, and it makes me angry. So there's Yul, Ire, Zol, and Akka. And they promise these princes, these princesses, these Krill people, that if you create a pact with us, follow the sword logic and worship the darkness like we do, we can change you. We can make it so that you won't die in 10 years and you won't die the smallest and weakest of your race, of the people of your planet. The sky, they refer to the Traveler as the sky, and they refer to the darkness as the deep. The deep holds all of these secrets for you, and the sky tells you beautiful lies. The sky makes creatures weak and lifts up those who don't deserve to live. But if you follow the sword logic, if you follow our code, we will change you and make of you kings and queens of the universe. And you will be our blade that surgically removes everything that is weak about the universe until it reaches its final perfect shape. The final shape. And so they change. They accept these symbiotic / parasitic, however you want to look at it, these worms into their body, and they become powerful. And the more they kill, the more they war, the more they stay true to their nature as individuals, the more powerful they become. They discover magics that make it so that they are nigh indestructible. Like they in order to kill a hive god, in order to truly kill a hive, you must go into their throne world, which is like their own little pocket existence, their own little space of being. You must pull them into their own little space of being. There you must kill them, and there you must seal them away, and only then will they stay dead. And that's kind of the mantra, the sword logic, the leading edge, this whole thing. That's what drives them forward. That's what they're doing. And it's so cool to watch it all unfold, and we'll get to watch a lot of it unfold in the in this expansion and a couple of the other ones, and particularly the Taken King expansion. So yeah, it's cool. It's real cool. Okay, so we're supposed to go. I think we have to go talk to Eris. All right, so let's go ahead and get what we can here.
Come back soon.
Goodbye.
You won't find these in the codices. Time here is only as useful as we make it. But you know that. Come back before I get bored.
So yeah, I'm super excited to get into to all the Hive stuff in the later expansions, and this expansion here is actually all about Crota and how the Hive are trying to wake up his soul and bring him into our world, and the final act is going in. The final act is going in and killing him inside his throne world in the raid, Crota's End. You've already seen Omnigul. Crota's armies are seeking out the last Warmind. You must stop her from finding Rasputin. If she takes hold of his systems, gains access to his knowledge, there will be no way to stop her.
Crota's armies are seeking out the last Warmind. You must stop them from finding Rasputin.
All right. Specifically, find Rasputin's bunker. Defend it against Hive attack. Complete the mission Siege of the Warmind. It's hard to imagine Rasputin bending a knee to a dark god, but then Hive magic is capable of some pretty incredible things. If Omnigul wants into Rasputin's vault, I don't think he'll be able to stop her. Which, we don't know this yet, and we won't really understand this until much, much later. at this point in the story, like before all this stuff is happening, if we had a way to speak to Rasputin and Rasputin, the Warmind, actually gave a shit about what we think, he could have destroyed most of this shit before it even became a problem. Like, it's not made very clear, but Rasputin is essentially in and of himself a world-ending threat. Like, he could obliterate Crota. Like, not even yeah, just, it's not even a question. He could obliterate Crota. Alright, so I think that's everything. Siege of the Warmind. So let's go to orbit. Sorry about all that noise. Sorry, I have pulling up some stuff here. Okay, so let's go do this mission. The Dark Below, Siege of the Warmind. And unfortunately, I think
Rasputin is the last of the Warminds. They were the greatest defense systems ever devised. A massive network of satellites and doomsday weapons built to protect humanity. Crota's army gathers near one of the Warmind's hidden bunkers. We cannot let the Hive destroy Rasputin, or worse, control him. There's a secret entrance to the Warmind's bunker beneath the Forgotten Shore. Stop the Hive from reaching Rasputin.
all right.
Rasputin remains silent, but still fights to protect us. We cannot let Crota's army find a way around the Warmind's defenses, or Crota's disciples will flood the Earth.
So everybody has this misconception right now about Rasputin, that he fights to defend Earth. Yes and no. He's not sure what to make of Guardians, the Light, and the Traveler. He's been studying everything since the collapse, since he survived, and he's still not exactly sure what to... locate the subterranean. Okay, it's up here. he's still not sure what to make of all of it. He doesn't know whether we can be trusted or whether we can be cooperated with or anything. He's very much on his own side. His calculations, like, we don't know any of this. It's all just in lore and stuff. But his calculations have told him.
That music. Rasputin's in trouble.
And now we get our first glimpse inside a Warmind bunker.
Welcome visitors. Find the control room.
These bunkers are so fucking cool. But yeah, he doesn't know what to make of us. He is neither going to help or hinder us as long as we stay out of his way.
They found a way inside. Don't let them reach Rasputin.
Basically, as long as we stay out of his way, he's in live and let live mode. Something about this over here just told me I should come check it out. There's probably nothing here, but yeah, there's probably nothing there. I just couldn't help but feel like I remembered something being over here. Maybe it's nothing. It's probably nothing. Oh, dead ghost. There we go. Sorry, I'm just trying to get, like, ability kills and stuff. Probably inconsequential, but I'm just trying it anyway.
Find the controls. Make sure the Hive haven't destroyed Rasputin.
Anything around here? Anything down here? think I've already found the hidden ghost that was here, but I was just kind of looking. Okay.
Something's wrong. Omnigul, silence her screams.
I don't know who they got to do Omnigul's like laugh scream, but it's hilarious. The music's fucking creepy. I love it. Cool.
Well done, Guardian. Rasputin is safe.
Nice.
But Crota's army is more powerful than I thought. We cannot rest. Now is the time to stop them from waking Crota's soul.
Speak to Eris Morn in the tower. Alrighty. Let's keep going. Okay. Had to reply to a couple text messages. Sorry.
Let's see what we have.
This goth.
Come back before I get bored.
Oh, I get bored, Guardian. Come back before I get bored.
The Warmind is safe. The Crota's soul is waking.
Guardian, go to the temple on the moon before Crota is made whole. Destroy the vessel that holds him to this world.
Go to the temple on the moon before Crota is made whole. Crota must be found.
Okay. The dark below, the Wakening.
Six of us went down into that pit. I was vain enough to believe we could defeat Crota, but the Hive caught his soul before we could destroy him, and then there was only death. We failed. You cannot destroy the soul of Crota.
I'm gonna try to slow the pace down a little bit because I keep annihilating the bosses and not getting all the.
We called it a temple where we first saw Crota. Go, find it, and make it his grave.
But yeah, I need to take my time with like the boss fights and enemy spawns and stuff.
We hid in the old moon base up ahead, waiting for the right time to strike. We were brave, but we were not ready.
So yeah.
Few of us made it beyond the canyon. The rocks cracked apart, Hive waiting in ambush. It was worse for the ones who made it inside. Stay alive.
So now we're just gonna work our way inside bit by bit. Enemy by enemy. Let's do a quick sweep for a dead ghost. Yeah, we're just gonna push through. It's also been a long time since I've done any of this, so we're just gonna take it.
I know that sound. Hurry.
And we'll talk about Eris as soon as we get back to the surface here. Maybe as soon as we go see her. Let's see if we got any. Okay. Nice, level 26. What kind of upgrades we got? Ooh, we can wield this now. We can wear that. Okay. Yeah, nice.
Crota, the ritual has begun.
Yeah, Crota's talking to us now. Okay. What is that? Is that Praedyth? No, not Praedyth. Toland. Not Praedyth. So keep taking it easy. I like the slower rate of fire ones. They're nice. We're just gonna keep taking it easy. Let's push forward and push through.
find the Wakers. Stop them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember this. Just kind of taking it in. Is there a ghost over here or something? I don't see anything. Love that. Love all of that. Sorry about that. People don't know how to not be loud.
They're waking his soul.
Yep, we're just gonna keep pushing. I think there's a dead ghost up there. Jesus fucking Christ, what are you slamming? How do I get up there? Can I can stand on top of this. Nice. I knew I remembered something. I knew I remembered something from up there.
Crota! They're waking him!
Okay, okay. All right. Let's push him back now. Oh, that's Crota. Look at that. That's cool. He's looking at us. That's cool.
The crystal. Destroy it.
Damn. That was awesome.
Crota's soul is banished. You have given me the gift of vengeance. I thank you. And even if they don't yet know it, the city thanks you.
Speak to Eris Morn at the tower. Let's go ahead and see what we got and if it's worth keeping at all. 135, let's go. Let's go ahead and break everything down we're not going to use or be needing. Clean out that inventory space. Okay. Let's go talk to Eris. But yeah, that's one of the Hive princes. The second generation, the second or third generation royalty of the Hive themselves. Crota is the son of Oryx, the Taken King, who was one of the original three. Oryx, Zivor-Arath, and Savathun. 160. Nice. Very cool. Very cool. Sorry, I might be too topical for right now. So let's see what Eris has to say.
I have waited so long for this day. Crota's soul is broken, his reign cut short. Only Omnigul remains, Crota's vile will and last remnant of his inner circle. Hunt her down.
All right, and it's time to...
The Hive is vulnerable.
We're going to go do the Will of Crota Strike. Go to orbit. Okay. The Will of Crota. Omnigul, the mastermind of Crota's armies, nests in the Cosmodrome. Eliminate this horror and purge its spawn.
Omnigul is the last of Crota's generals. She is the architect of her master's Wakening. As long as she lives, the threat of Crota's return will haunt this world. Track her down and exterminate every hive that stands in your way.
All right. Oh, cool. We got somebody in with us.
Omnigul is wicked and desperate. Keep your light safe.
Cool. Awesome. All right, nice. We get to start in a strike with people. It must just be in the earlier levels that it's hard to find people. Because I swear, man, like...
The Hive are pushing into fallen territory.
This is just nice. It's so nice to be on a team with somebody here. Damn. There's just lots of enemies here, huh? Holy shit. There we go. Oh, there's a knight up there. Are we like...
Push forward, Guardian.
Nice. Good job, Warlock. Hell yeah.
The Hive have stirred the scavengers. Omnicle's clever, using the Fallen against you.
I can't remember if there's like a hidden collectible around here. I'm certain there's one in this strike, but I wouldn't claim to know where it's at, honestly. Where's that sniper? Got him. Nice. Where's that coming from? Can't let that continue. That was not what I wanted to do. Is this a different fallen house? It looks like House of Kings. The yellow cloaks and banners and armor is House of Kings. All right.
Omnigal's only purpose is to usher in Crota's return. If she lives, our fight against Crota's armies may never end.
Excuse me, sorry about that. All right, we're almost there.
Omnigal, destroy her!
Now we just basically have to fight through these waves, and then we'll be in the boss room, and then we'll get to fight a few more waves and some more bosses, well, we basically just have the boss left in a bunch of waves. So then, just like all the other boss fights, it's Nice. Oh, say, dude, we didn't kill everything. Come on now. Shit. This is a mess. Take that other knight down? Nope. Okay, there's that knight down. There's that knight down. There's that knight down. There's that knight down. We gotta clear out some of this stuff a little bit here. Where is Omnigul? Cause she's got stuff around her now. There she is. Okay, there's another wizard up there, so we gotta be careful. Okay. Okay. Nice. Good job. Hell yeah.
The agents of Crota's will have been defeated. The Hive will not take this transgression lightly. But you, Guardian, have given them something new to fear.
Hell yeah. That was a good little run. Let's see. Talk to Eris. Actually, let's see if we picked up anything worth using. 135, 130, 149, 135, 163 we can get here in a minute. 161, 162, 137, 147, 160.
some engrams, you might find it perhaps a rare relic of the Golden Age.
160, 162, 161, 162. Okay. We get another engram here.
Let's see what you find out. That looks very solid, Guardian.
Cool.
Always interesting.
So what does Eris have for us?
Omnigul has fallen. Crota's will is shattered. Maybe now.
Murmur fusion rifle. I'm not sure why.
Thank you, Guardian.
I don't know. Oh. It needs ascendant energy, huh? That's rough. And helium filaments. Interesting. Okay. That'll be one we keep a hold of, I guess. Okay.
Crota's soul is bound.
Okay. Well. Ooh, look at spooky and green. Oh, so I was gonna talk about Eris real quick. Okay. So Eris and her fire team of 5 other guardians went down into the Hellmouth to face Crota, and everyone but her died. And she was down there so long in the dark, she had to adapt. So
You cannot light the shadow simply by staring into the dark.
do you see the 3 eyes that she's got? She transplanted her eyes with the help of her, I think with the help of her ghost before her ghost died. But like she has this relic. I can't remember what this Hive relic is. It's like a piece of Oryx's sword or a piece of Crota's sword or something. And she transplanted her eyes in with Hive eyes, specifically in Acolyte's eyes, so that she could see in the dark. And that's why her eyes are covered and they weep that black pus stuff. But yeah, she's pretty hardcore. She's like one of the coolest characters that like she's just great. She's great. Okay, and with that, do I have any other kind of stuff? Did I pick up anything in my inventory? Anything cool? No? I didn't get like any kind of shaders or anything. Okay. Well, with that, we'll go ahead and call this an episode. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you.